You would definitely describe a porcupine as being spiky, dangerous, and extremely angry. Wouldn't you agree? What would you say, however, if I told you that these creatures have a whole different side? In certain regions of the world, they are actually being cultivated, and the Chinese have the potential to earn $20 million in the United States from breeding porcupines. You should get ready to be astonished, since porcupines are significantly more valuable than you might assume they are. It's possible that raising porcupines is simpler than you think it island. Even more people believe that it is easier than raising pigs. The living arrangements for these tough critters do not need to be complicated. A large enclosure that is made of soil and does not have a floor is frequently sufficient to keep them comfortable. However, porcupines are naturally interested and fairly adept at escaping, so it is essential to provide them with the appropriate reinforcement. Having sturdy barriers and fencing that is secure helps to guarantee that they remain inside safely. The farming of porcupines can be both manageable and gratifying if the necessary safeguards are taken and minimum maintenance is performed. A combination of light and dark environments is preferred by porcupines. Therefore, their cages should have both open regions and shaded sections. This will prevent them from being exposed to direct sunlight and will also provide protection from rain. The use of these cages, when properly installed, can produce a stress-free environment in which porcupines can flourish, which in turn makes farming them significantly more effective and manageable. The porcupines are marked with spray paint by farmers, so that they may be tracked and managed more easily. The appearance of white porcupines is both uncommon and remarkable. In most cases, their distinctive coloring is the result of a hereditary disease that causes a reduction in the amount of melanin found in their fur and quills. First and foremost, there are two primary reasons why porcupine quills are harvested. They are valued by artisans for their ability to produce jewelry and decorative things, while in other civilizations they are used for medicinal purposes. Because porcupines consume a diet that is unexpectedly varied, feeding them is a task that is not only simple, but also very vital. The fact that these animals consume a variety of fruits, vegetables, and tubers in their diets makes their meals not only nutrient-dense, but also diversified. The majority of the time, farmers supply ingredients such as leafy greens, sweet potatoes, carrots, bananas, sugarcane, and even coconuts. Due to the fact that porcupines are nocturnal feeders, they are typically fed in the evening. This ensures that they have sufficient food to consume during the night. It is not uncommon for porcupines to exhibit territorial behavior while they are eating, since they are quite possessive of their food. It is possible that when they are given their meals, they would aggressively guard their part, using growls or fast motions to warn others to keep away from them. In most cases, the mating of porcupines takes place during the night, and following a gestation period of approximately 3 to 4 months, the female gives birth to a litter of young. The mother, a porcupine, displays strong parental instincts after giving birth to her child. It is a remarkable trait because they frequently consume the placenta following the delivery of the baby. A clean nesting place is maintained as a result of this, which also helps them replenish nutrients. Newborn porcupines, also known as porcupets, remain in close proximity to their mother throughout the first several weeks of their lives. They consume their mother's milk and then gradually transition to eating solid food. The development of the animals is monitored by the farmers as they grow, and when they reach a size where they are able to stand on their own, they are relocated to separate cages. If a farm has roughly 50 breeding pairs, each of which produces 2 litters annually, and each litter has 2 to 3 offspring, then the farmers can anticipate an annual supply of approximately 200 porcupines that are available for sale. Large mesh nets are utilized by farmers in order to properly lead porcupines into solid metal cages or enclosures when it is time for harvesting. A great deal of patience and skill are required for this operation, as porcupines may be highly defensive when they are handled. In order to guarantee that the porcupines are safely housed and prepared for transportation or further processing, the cages are grouped together in a single location once they have been secured. The removal of quills from animals after slaughter can be accomplished using a variety of techniques, including singeing over an open flame, blow-torching, soaking in hot water, or using pliers for manual extraction. In certain regions of Africa, Asia, and Europe, porcupine meat is considered a delicacy due to its high protein content and flavor that is reminiscent of a combination of pig and beef. It works wonderfully for recipes that are cooked over a long period of time, such as stews or stir-fries. Porcupines are often misunderstood as slow, defensive animals, with nothing more than sharp quills to offer. However, one surprising trait that many people don't realize is that porcupines are actually excellent swimmers. This is largely due to their hollow quills, which help them stay buoyant in water. These buoyant quills function like natural flotation devices, allowing porcupines to cross rivers or swim across ponds with ease. This surprising ability makes them more mobile and adaptable in the wild than one might expect. In addition to their swimming skills, some porcupines are also skilled climbers, especially those from the Erythozontidae family, commonly known as New World porcupines. These porcupines are native to North and South America and are frequently seen climbing trees to search for food, build nests, or rest. With strong, curved claws and rough textured foot pads, they can easily grip tree bark and navigate branches. This arboreal behavior gives them access to resources that ground-dwelling animals cannot reach, and also protects them from many ground-based predators. Moreover, while it's commonly believed that porcupines can shoot their quills at enemies, this is actually a myth. Porcupines cannot launch their quills through the air. However, their quills are still incredibly effective as a defense mechanism. Each quill is covered in tiny, backward-facing barbs that make it extremely difficult and painful to remove once it punctures the skin. These barbs not only cause physical discomfort, but also increase the risk of infection, effectively discouraging predators from attacking. Equally fascinating is the porcupine's unusual mating behavior, which can seem quite strange to human observers. During the breeding season, the male porcupine may spray urine on the female to test her receptiveness. If the female is not ready to mate, she will respond with aggression, often hissing or swatting at the male. Only when she shows interest does the mating process proceed. While this ritual may appear odd, it is a natural and important part of porcupine reproductive behavior. Furthermore, porcupines are surprisingly communicative creatures, contrary to their quiet and solitary image. They rely on a combination of vocalizations, such as grunts, whines, and teeth chattering, as well as body language and chemical signals to interact with one another. These forms of communication become especially noticeable during mating season or territorial disputes, when porcupines may become louder and more expressive than usual. Finally, porcupine quills have even inspired innovations in modern medical technology. Scientists studying the microscopic barbs on porcupine quills discovered that this structure allows quills to enter flesh with minimal force, but resist removal due to the barbs. This discovery has influenced the design of new types of hypodermic needles that aim to minimize pain during insertion while maintaining strength and stability once inside the body. In this way, nature's design has contributed to advancements in human healthcare.